that cheering, well deserved. After days on the ground in Venezuela, it was an emotional homecoming last night for LA County's International Urban Search and Rescue Team. That team helped search for survivors following last month's devastating back-to-back earthquakes. They returned to hugs and tears of joy, and a few told us the experience was eye-opening.
It was very, very strenuous. It was discouraging at times and then very encouraging at others. I was happy we got to go out there and help out. There were definitely some times where we were able to make a difference.
71 firefighters making a difference, 6 K-9 teams, and more than 84,000 pounds of specialized rescue equipment were all part of this massive life-saving mission.
LA County Fire Captain Aaron Caton is back with us this morning. You joined us, of course, as they were first taking off for this mission, and you're joining us now that they're back home, which we're really glad to hear that they're safe and back home. Thanks for being back with us.
Hey, thank you. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we got to see the emotions there in the return. I can only imagine what that feels like for their families, seeing them back home safe again.
Oh, yeah, it's incredible. The energy there. We had the families there. Their flight got delayed, of course, as always happens with things like this. So the families were there. Everyone was so excited. And when those buses pulled in, the energy was really just out of this world.
Beautiful.
I know once people come home, they start thinking about what they've just been through. You know, there's so many stories that end up coming out. You were just telling us one of a man that they found after 8 days. Can you walk us through what that was like for the team? I mean, that's a really positive moment, but I'm sure there's some tough ones as well.
Yeah, that's an incredible outcome, right? 8 days into an incident to get signs of life of a man trapped below rubble. He was a parking lot security guard who was 2 stories below ground, had sought refuge under the desk in his office. And our team located him, went to work with the aid of other international teams that were there, and got this man out. He's going to go on and hopefully live a very long and happy life.
We're really glad for that. Those rescue stories, the positive ones, but as you mentioned, of course, there's also heartbreaking stories that I'm sure take a toll on these firefighters. Tell us a little bit more about what they experienced.
Yeah, absolutely. So last night, since Chief Espy shared it at the press conference, that I can give a little bit of it here too, that at one point earlier in the mission, they'd been flagged down by a woman who said that her 2 teenage daughters were trapped in a building, and they would have been on the first or second of a floor of a 12-story building. The team went to work. They had initial signs of life of the daughters, and they had a lot of hope when they got to the daughters' belongings. But then day 1 passed, and these guys, like you saw in the pictures, they're tunneling through rubble, and they're thinking, we almost got them, we almost got them. And then by day 3, that there were no more signs of life, and so they had to move on. And something like that, you could tell it weighed heavily on all those team members, and it will going forward. When you do everything you can to effect a rescue and it's not successful, you want to have a 100% success rate, but unfortunately that's just not the real world.
Well, and as you said, that was early in the mission, so I have to imagine they then have to compartmentalize that, they have to continue on, then they go on to have the positive situation happen. That's a lot of highs and a lot of downs. How do you as firefighters deal with the mental health impacts of this?
Well, that's a thing that's really come to the forefront of our profession, because like you said, high highs and low lows, and it can be oftentimes in the same day. So we have our peer support team has been activated from the get-go. We have 3 full-time clinicians that work with our members. There's a lot of recognition now that what first responders deal with on a daily basis, that it's not like you're going to war where you're just overwhelmed in one time, but just this steady drip of things that do chip away at you and can cause consequences if you don't address them. So we as a department really try to get out in front of it and be an industry leader in that peer support, in addressing mental health, destigmatizing it. So we're setting up our team for all the best going forward so that we can do everything we can to allow them to reintegrate. And we're giving all of them 4 days off to spend time with their families, to get back. Their families have been without them for 11 days. And so to give them time with their families, a lot of them have little kids, as you saw. We're doing everything we can as a department to support them.
That's really good to hear that you guys are doing that part. Mentally very difficult. Physically, though, when you talk about a 12-story building falling and they're looking for someone who was on the 2nd floor, the equipment, we can only imagine. I know we talked about this the first time you were on. It takes to do something like this. Then you have the dogs, who you guys also gave medals to last night, which we loved. Tell us a little bit more about what makes missions like this possible.
Well, number one is where to start. So number one would be the collaboration with the State Department, right? That we can't deploy internationally without being a State Department sponsored team, and we're one of 2 that regularly deploys internationally, us and Fairfax. So that's huge. That collaboration, absolutely. Number 2, the high level of training of our people, that these are people who are really dedicated to this program. That yes, these are people who are back in 4 days, they're gonna be getting on fire engines and going to 911 calls by all the people in the community. That said, a lot of us take on extra responsibilities, and this is the one they took on. So to acquire and maintain these extra skills, huge. And then finally, to be honest, what makes it possible are the residents of all the areas that we serve, that they take it very seriously, having a high level of fire protection services, that it's not lost on us. Last fall, the residents voted in Measure E to tax themselves more, to put more firefighters on LA County fire engines. And no joke, without our residents, we could not do this. So everybody out there should feel like they had a little part in this mission.
Well, that's every firefighter I talk to says we need more firefighters. I mean, especially with the climate issues that we're facing. We've seen it in the Palisades fires as well. These types of missions. It's just what you guys do is tremendous and a lot. In this particular situation, this is an earthquake. That's something that could happen here. Are there lessons that you learned? Or that you learn in these types of missions that you can bring back that can maybe make things a little bit better for us once we could potentially face something like
Oh,
this?
100%. And that's one of the number one questions that I get. Like, what would this mean if we had an earthquake here? Well, and number one, a thing to think about is that all the California building standards that people love to hate, a big part of that is making our buildings seismically safe, which they are much more so than Venezuela, which has suffered a major earthquake since 1900.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and it was just emerging from a regime in which it was really pay to play. That there, if you knew the right people, there were no rules what you would build. So you could build very tall, unsupported masonry buildings on soft soil. So here, we would expect to not be hit with the same exact problems. Yet, if we did have building collapse, I mean, make no mistake, if we saw some out of this world earthquake, like the second earthquake that hit them was 16 times stronger than Northridge, that at some point, you're gonna have an earthquake that's strong enough to cause building collapse. And if and when that happens here, absolutely. The lessons that our team has gained from this deployment, from going to Turkey, that they are truly the world's foremost experts in rescuing people from collapsed buildings. So should that happen here, instead of help being 2 days away as it was in Venezuela, which we were really proud of, that's a tremendous response
Absolutely.
Yeah.
time. It would be, we're talking an hour away.
Yeah.
They do some really amazing
know.
work. We're so glad to see them back home safe with their families. Thank you so much for being with us, Captain Keaton.
Likewise, thanks for having me here.
Thank you.